Hi everybody, welcome to Karen's Sizzle and Spice. I'm going to make potato salad today. So I'm in my garden, I'm going to pick some fresh herbs. I don't know about where you live, but I live in the Chicago area, so we don't get a lot of warm weather. So when we do have the warm weather and I'm able to have a garden, it's just thrilling for me. So you see I have some chives here, and to harvest these, all you do is grab a bunch in the middle and cut some. I'm going to do a couple of cuts, one on each plant. And I'm gonna put it into my colander here to take in for my potato salad. I also have back here, you might have to peek inside here, my dill is back here. Look at how beautiful it's growing. So I'm gonna cut a couple of big hunks of it. You know, with vegetables, a lot of them, especially herbs, the more you cut, the more they'll grow. So I'm gonna take all this dill into the house as well. And just take a good look at my garden, Eddie, so they can see what I'm growing. I've got basil at the end here. And oh look, get a close shot of this. I've got some red tomatoes. I'm so excited. These are cherry tomatoes. They're nice big ones too. I can't wait to pull some of those out. Okay, let's get inside and I'll show you how we're gonna make this potato salad. You know, there are so many variations to potato salad, so many different ingredients that you could put in it. I'm going to show you a very basic recipe. I've been making potato salad for years and I always get rave reviews. This one's a little bit different than what I normally do though, because it was so fun. A couple weeks ago, my husband and I were in New York and we went to Katz's Deli, and I love their mustard. So I'm going to add some of this mustard to the potato salad. I think it's going to give it such terrific flavor. So the other ingredients that we're going to need are, I have about 4 pounds of potatoes here. I have about 8 eggs I'm going to use for this potato salad. We need salt and pepper. We need my favorite Hellmann's mayonnaise. We're going to use some chopped onion, some paprika, and I just pulled some of the chives from the garden and this beautiful fresh dill. So let's get going. For me, perfect potato salad starts with perfectly cooked potatoes. This is how I prepare them each time. I put them in a big pot of water, and I put enough water in the pot to completely cover the potatoes. Then they'll go to the stove top. I'm going to turn the burner on these potatoes. And I'm going to put it on high heat. And I'm going to cover this pot so that it'll come to a boil a little bit quicker. There are so many ways and tips about how to hard-boiled eggs, but I really use just a very basic recipe. I'm using 8 eggs in this potato salad recipe, but I'm going to make a few extra eggs because I love having them in the fridge for snacks. So I'm just going to pour water into the pot over the eggs, making sure to cover them entirely. And you don't want to overcrowd the pot. Make sure there's plenty of room for all the eggs to be covered entirely. I've moved the eggs to the stove top, and now I'm going to put the heat on high underneath them. And I'm going to put the cover on all the way. And I'll take a look at these again when they start boiling. These eggs have come to a boil. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the heat down to a little less than medium. And I'm going to let these eggs simmer with the cover on almost all the way. I'll leave it open like that. And I'm going to set my timer for 10 minutes. And I'll show you what to do next. These eggs have been simmering for 10 minutes, so all I'm gonna do now is just turn off the heat. I'm gonna put the cover on all the way, and I'm just gonna let these sit for about 5 minutes on the stove top. After that, I will put cold water inside them in the sink. These potatoes have come to a boil, so I'm gonna turn the heat down to about medium. And I'll put the cover on kind of halfway like that, so it's open. And I'll check these potatoes in about 25 minutes. You can see these potatoes are rather large. They're all about the same size, so they'll probably take about 25 minutes. I'll check back on them then. These potatoes have been simmering now for about 30 minutes. I'm gonna check them for doneness now. I take a slotted spoon, pick up the potato, and stick a toothpick in it, and if it slides right off, the potatoes are ready to go. So I'm going to drain these in the sink now. Very often when I make potato salad, I'll boil the eggs and the potatoes the day before, put them in the refrigerator overnight. They're just so much easier to handle when they've been chilled. So I've just been pouring cold water on these cooked potatoes. I'm going to transfer them over to a bowl here, and I'll put them in the fridge overnight just like this, and tomorrow we'll have potato salad. After taking this pot off of the stove top, I'm just pouring cold water into the pot so I can handle these eggs. And now I'm just going to put them inside this bowl here. So remember, I had put these potatoes and the eggs in the refrigerator because they're so much easier to handle that way. So I've just been peeling these potatoes with a paring knife. The peels come off very easily. I'm just gonna take all the peels off. Let me show you some of the ones that I have peeled here. You see I have my trusty garbage bowl out here. Love having that here. It's so much easier than running back and forth to the garbage can. I can just keep dumping my garbage right in there. Then what I'm going to start doing is I'm just going to cut these potatoes in nice bite-sized pieces for the salad. I'm just going to cut them into cubes. And I like to throw them into a very big bowl so I have lots of room to stir before I put it into the serving bowl. So I'm just going to keep cutting these potatoes in bite-sized chunks. And when I come back, I will show you the best way that I have found to peel my hard-boiled eggs. I have always found that the best way to peel hard-boiled eggs is under cold running water. So I give these eggs a good bang on the side of the sink all the way around. And then as I'm running them under cold water, these peels come off pretty flawlessly. And I love that I have the garbage disposal here because I used to hate picking these eggshells out of the sink. Now I can just push them down the sink and the garbage disposal takes care of them. I'm going to put them in the bowl here so they'll drain, and then I'm going to do another egg, just run it under the cold water. And the peels will come off pretty flawlessly. There's a membrane around the egg that sometimes makes it a little tough, so you have to make sure that that's peeling back at the same time that the eggshell actually is. So I'm just going to finish peeling all these eggs, and then we'll get back to the potato salad. Okay, I've chopped up half of a Vidalia onion. I don't like the onion flavor to be too strong in my potato salad, and I'm also going to be using chives, so I just use half that Vidalia onion, chopped it up good, and I've started cutting up the eggs. Let me show you something with the eggs. You know how I always talk about you eat with your eyes first, so why not make it beautiful? This is one of those things. I'm going to slice these eggs as nice as I can, and I will probably end up putting at least 10 slices or so on the top of my potato salad. Makes it look beautiful, and you're going to be surprised to see how many of your guests are going to be arguing for that last egg slice on the top of this delicious potato salad. So I'm going to make some slices. Like I said, probably about 10 or 12. If they get messed up, this part I just chop up, because the rest of the eggs will just go right into the potato salad. Chopped up as small as you like. I'm gonna use my trusty scraper. Don't know what I ever did without this. I'm gonna add it to the bowl. So I'm just gonna keep slicing these eggs and chopping, and then I'll get back to you to show you how we put it all together. Okay, all the eggs are sliced and chopped, and now I'm gonna get to these delicious fresh herbs from my garden. Got the chives here. I'm just gonna cut them finely. These fresh herbs add such a depth of flavor to salads. Love the chives. I'm gonna get this in the bowl. And now I'm gonna show you how to chop up your dill right from the garden. What you do is you kind of pull off all the leafy parts. You don't want the hard stems in your salad or anywhere else really. So you're pulling off all the loose, fluffy foliage from the dill. Oh my gosh, it smells so wonderful. And really, you can't have too much dill in potato salad, I don't think. Just makes it taste so wonderful and fresh. I'm just gonna chop this up. It's funny, it looks like grass. But trust me, it tastes wonderful in this salad. Okay, now it's time to dress this salad. This is this fabulous Katz's Deli mustard. I'm just gonna add a nice heaping tablespoon. You can use any kind of mustard that you like. I'm gonna use some mayo, some Hellmann's mayo. That's my favorite, maybe about 3 heaping tablespoons. You know, if you like more mustard in yours, you can add more mustard. I like just a tablespoon or so in this bowl. I'm gonna add salt and pepper. And remember, as you mix it, you'll wanna taste it because you can taste to tweak. If it needs more salt and pepper, you can always add more. Okay, and I'm gonna start to stir this up gently because you don't want the potatoes to fall apart. Oh, smell-o-vision would be fabulous because this smells incredible. I'm just gonna keep stirring this and I'll show you how I will present it next. Okay, I'm just stirring this potato salad up for the last time. Oh, hi, hon.
Hello there.
How you doing?
I am doing great. You always make this about lunchtime, and it smells a little different.
Would you like to try some? And I'll tell you what I did different this time.
Well, that's what I came in for.
Okay, here you go.
I figured I'd get a free taste.
Let me get you a fork. Here you go.
It worked.
And then I'll tell you what I did different from the last time I made it. You know what I put in it? The mustard we got from Katz's Deli.
Oh, great idea.
And you know why it tastes so much better too is because I put the fresh herbs in this time.
I taste the dill.
Yeah, good. And then chives I put in there from the garden as well. All right, I'm gonna plate this potato salad up.
This is a meal in itself.
Well, I'm glad you like it, huh? Okay, while you eat that, I'm just going to spoon all this fabulousness into this gorgeous bowl. It's gonna look so pretty with all the eggs on top. So if you like what you've seen today, please subscribe to my page, Karen Sizzle and Spice. We'll see you next time. And the finishing touch for this potato salad is a few sprinkles of paprika. Makes it look gorgeous because remember, you eat with your eyes first, so why not make it beautiful?